Hi everyone, I hope that you enjoyed this movie and are feeling inspired. I just want to say thank you for coming out to this event. Thank you for everyone that put it on, the Swanee NAACP, Ola, Akasa, and yeah, I am sad that I can't be there. I am remote this semester. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Judith Marklin. I am a master's student at the School of Theology studying religion and environment, and I'm also the University Eco-Chaplain. So, we watched this awesome movie, or you all did, but I was there in spirit, and I think the important thing to take out of this is the need to be politically and civically engaged and involved. So with that, we have a short call to action, and I'm making this little video, but then there will also be a resource that we'll send out with a little infographic and a flyer, as well as other ways to get involved. So be looking for that. The first thing is to inform yourself regarding your local and state officials, and especially their opinions on various issues and places of common ground. So there's been a lot of talk about voting and the importance of voting. So please go vote. So important. Do that. Find out. I know at this point things have already started. Early voting is in place. So figure out how to do that. You can contact Swanee Votes and Loring McDonald if you have any questions. But it's not just about voting for the president. It's about voting for your senators, your representatives, but it's also about voting for your state and local officials. They actually have a lot of say in what happens in your community. A great way to find out about the various causes and where your elected officials fall on certain issues is through the Causes app. It is an awesome app. You can have it. There's a website, but you can also have it on your phone. And you just fill in what your zip code is, so it already tells you who your representatives are, and then it tells you, like, there was a recent vote, how did they vote? And you can message them through the app really quick, like if you think that they should vote yay or nay. So that's a great way to keep up to date on various bills that are coming through Congress, and to know where they're falling on these positions. So the other way is to, there's lots of notes, but the other way is to find avenues to amplify your voice, but also the voices of others, especially to amplify the voices of those who have been historically ignored. And this is both in your community and in a political sphere. So as you can see, or as we've been seeing in this country for generations, but especially right now, there are people that have been marginalized and oppressed in a variety of different ways from our systems and the system of white supremacy in our country. And so making sure that you're amplifying your voice and using the platform that you have to not just share your story, but share the story of people who aren't often listened to and aren't often included when it comes to politics and on a larger platform. So certain ways you can do this. There's obviously so many ways to go about this. We've seen a lot about donating money, which is definitely important to certain organizations. But as college students, we don't have a lot of money. So donating your time is also important. Although right now I can understand that's difficult because who has time? But you can make time. I think the biggest thing is making this a priority, and not just saying, oh, well, when I have time, I'm going to fit this in. I think one way to do that and to make it a priority is to focus on something you're actually really passionate about. Don't just say, I'm going to do this because I have to, and this is like what I should be doing. It should be something like, oh, I'm doing this because this is really important to me. You can also, so ways you can get involved is through letter writing. There's campaigns. There's so many action alerts. You can sign your name. Media, whether that's a podcast, whether that's, posting on social media or things like that. Also art. There's so many ways to be creative and to share your voice and your story. Opinion pieces, op-eds, letters to the editors also go a long way. Lobby visits, and with a specific focus on storytelling, which I will get more into that later and how you can do that. Also, the ACLU has this amazing website, and they have like a little tab that says take action, and we'll send links along. And they have so many actions that you can focus on, whether it's voting rights, whether it's abolishing ICE, whether it's Roe v. Wade, whatever you're passionate about. They have ways, and it's anything from really short actions where it takes only a few minutes to some things that take longer if you want to. The specific thing I wanted to talk about today is the Friends Committee on National Legislation. So I am currently an advocacy corps member with them, and that pretty much means that I am lobbying our members of Congress in Tennessee. So that's Senator Blackburn, Senator Alexander, and Representative Desjardins, if you're in Suwannee, on immigration reform, particularly H.R. 6. H.R. 6 is the Dream and Promise Act. So it's very similar to DACA. As you might be aware, DACA is the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals. However, DACA was an executive order from Obama, which means that as an executive order, it can be repealed by a later administration. As we saw, Trump tried to do this, but the Supreme Court voted it down. Now that RBG is gone, that also is making people very nervous because it was a 5-4 vote. Trump has done a lot to stop DACA, although he hasn't officially gotten rid of the program. He has stopped all incoming applications. Also with DACA, you had to previously apply every 2 years, and now it's every year and have to pay a substantial fee. And DACA is for immigrant youth who have come into the country before they were 18, and provides opportunities for them to get a work permit and to work and other things. However, DACA does not currently provide a pathway to citizenship. So with the Dream and Promise Act, which is H.R. 6, it, I think, is a little better than DACA. Well, first of all, if it's a legislation and it's passed, then it isn't something that can be just easily revoked with a upcoming administration. But it also provides more clear pathways for citizenship for immigrant youth, and it kind of broadens the spectrum of who is included in immigrant youth. The exciting news is the Dream and Promise Act has already passed the House of Representatives. However, we are currently waiting on the Senate to pass it. Mitch McConnell has not put it on the floor, so it's kind of just in limbo. And so our big thing for this year is to try to get that onto the floor and to be voted on and passed. And so I am particularly reaching out to our representatives in Tennessee on trying to help that get along and to pass that, and to really, because at this point, DACA students in particular, or DACA applicants, are just in limbo. So ways you can get involved is through lobbying with me. I am doing a lot of lobby visits. I actually have one upcoming this Friday. So Friday, October 30th at 1 p.m. Central Time, we will be having a Zoom lobby visit with a staffer from Senator Alexander's office. I know, lobbying is very scary. I was very nervous the first time, but it's super quick. Meetings are generally like 15 to 30 minutes. And I will host a training beforehand. So on Wednesday, October 28th at 7:30 p.m. Central Time, I will host a short training on how to go through a lobby visit, also on a storytelling workshop. I think the big thing that we focus on at FCNL is telling your story and making sure that you have the human element there, and not just saying, oh, we should accept immigrants because of economics, but really saying, like, this is why it's important to me, and this is why you should consider this as a constituent and as somebody in this community. So I will walk you through that. There's like a perfect roadmap that works you through. So if you are interested in lobbying and are a bit nervous, that's okay. Please reach out to me and RSVP if you would like to go to the lobby visit this Friday on October 30th. Can you let me know by Tuesday, please? That's the 27th. So I can let the staffer know how many people are going to be on the visit. You can just let me know by emailing me at markljl0 or just look up Judith Merkelin on the fancy Gmail thing. Yes, I also will be, oh yeah, so many notes. And if you cannot make it work this week or this Friday, I totally understand. Things are crazy busy this semester. That is totally fine. There are many upcoming opportunities, so I'm actually working on this through April of 2021. So if this semester is too crazy, that's fine. If you have time over winter break, that would be great next semester. So I'm sending out a Google form that you can fill out, and it just asks, like, what ways are you interested in getting involved, whether it's lobby visits, whether it's storytelling, whether it's letter writing, whatever suits your fancy. Also, just last little tidbit, Spring Lobby Weekend is with the Friends Committee on National Legislation. It's held every year in Washington, D.C. Still trying to decide if it's going to be virtual or in person, but it's March 20th through the 23rd, and this year we will be focusing on police violence, and so you will be there. Tons of young people come together and meet with their representatives and lobby on police violence. So if that is something you're interested about or in, let me know, and I will get you more details. I know that was a long spiel. If you have questions, please reach out to me and ask. I am so willing to talk to you more about this. I'm also learning a lot. I am definitely not an expert, so we can work through this together. And lastly, don't give up. As you saw in this movie, these are people that had so many obstacles and really kept fighting. But also, take time to rest. I think that is so important right now. And burnout is very real. So also, this is just another short plug. As a university eco-chaplain, I really am trying to focus on ways for people to grieve and to take time to rest and to grieve through the current ecological crisis, racial injustice, social injustices, whatever you need to grieve. So make sure that you find resources, find times to rejuvenate, and to think about why you're doing the work that you're doing. Rely on your community. They are so important for support and also motivation. And just think of the people that inspire you, whether that's John Lewis, RBG, or so many other people that have been fighting in their communities and also on a global scale for a more just nation and world. Think about them. I think the biggest thing is to remember that we, as people in the U.S., need to hold people accountable and our elected officials accountable, because that is essentially how a representative democracy works. And if we're not holding people accountable and we're not saying, no, this is how your constituents and how this community truly feels about this issue, then things aren't working. So lean into discomfort. It's difficult. This is hard work, but also lean into each other. I wish I could be there, but you all are great. I wish I could just be looking at your faces right now, but that can't happen. So I hope that you are inspired. Reach out to myself or anybody else that was putting on this event to get in touch with me, to ask questions. And yeah, sending lots of love and good vibes and strength your way. We are so close. We can get through this. Okay, and remember, go vote. Bye.